Hello. My wife and I do a pilgrimage to America every year to visit her sister and friends and relatives. 2012 was no exception, and while we were there I met a gentleman who is into historic reenactment, but he's also a gun enthusiast and a collector. He has a vast collection of guns, but his pride is a replica 1780s flintlock long rifle. He lives on quite a large acreage, and in one corner he has his own private shooting range. Anyway, it was agreed that next year, that's 2013, this year, that we would go there and have some fun with an assortment of guns. When the time came, my brother-in-law and I went there, were welcomed, and we were just raring to go. We went to the range, and there laid out on a table was an assortment of guns ranging from a .222 Colt revolver through all sorts of other things up to a Walther P38. Now that is a 9mm ex-World War II German gun, and has always been my absolute favourite handgun. On another table further back was a .22 rifle with a telescopic sight, and also an AR-15 assault rifle, again with an absolutely brilliant telescopic sight. And there on the table also was this replica 1780s long rifle. We were treated then to a lecture with a demonstration of how to load and fire this gun. And we were also, oh, it was just wonderful. We all had a go firing it. What an experience that was. Anyway, enjoy the film.
Flint, Drew, came off of a shipwreck in the English Channel that went down in 1805 or 6, and it was piloted by the brother of the English poet William Wordsworth, and John Wordsworth went down with the ship and all of the crew in a bad storm headed toward the colonies. This flint is actually napped by English flint nappers around 1801 or 1802. So I have a modern reproduction of a 1785 gun with an actual flint made from the White Cliffs of Dover. They found a lot of flint in that chalk. So it's a historic flint. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a patch that is pre-greased, that has a modern lubricant on it, and I'm going to take a lead ball. When you made your own lead balls, they were in a mold and they had a little tip on it, and you cut that off so there was a flat spot. And that's called the sprue, and you always loaded that flat spot up. These are swaged. It's lead in a great big pressure, so they're all, you can load it any way you want to load the ball. I have a powder measure here, and I'm going to pour powder that is graded through a screen, and this is 3F. It's a little bit higher quality powder, a little bit larger. And we'll put the, so I'm going to drop this powder down the barrel. So I put the charge in the weapon. I'm going to set a patch on top and load that patch just a little bit. Now, unscrew this. I'm not going to use the ramrod that comes with the gun, other end. I'm going to use a ramrod that's in there that I really like. I keep it in there so it won't warp. It is, I believe, this one. It is not. Let's see which one it is. It's this one. Oh, it's been a while since I've loaded this gun. This is embarrassing. You want to hold the weapon?
I didn't know it's supposed to go that hard.
It's not supposed to go that hard. Okay, now we go. Okay, I've got it.
You got it?
I want to set that ball on top that charge. I don't like the way that came out. Oh, it came out fine. It felt tight. Okay. Okay, the ball is on top the charge. If it isn't, the gun could blow up. Now, in this horn, I have much finer powder. And I'm pointed down range.
Come wrong side of the table.
You want to come around on the other side? I'm going to push the trigger forward to set the trigger, pull the hammer back, and I'm going to put real fine powder in this pan. The pan is now charged.
Are you supposed to be able to do this 4 times a minute?
5 times a minute. No, 6 times a minute if you're a British regular. But they were shooting muskets. Now, you do not want to be at this side. A flame is going to come out of here about 5 feet.
Vic has his turn.
Bring this up about 1.5 inches. Way too low. Next thing will be a hang fire. Okay. You're going to hear a snap, a boom, and a boom.
My brother-in-law Randy has his turn.
You won't hit a thing this time. Unless I do a drill.
Which target are you going for?
Right now it's just the buffalo. So if I go, I think I'm all the way back.
Pull it one more time just to see, but don't have your finger in the trigger. Yes, you are. It's a fairly short throw lock, which means it fires faster. That was a bit of a hang fire. Your pan went off, and it was a little bit of time before the main charge went on.
That is true.
And I have my turn.
Air trigger.
Okay, fingers away.
Okay. Did that last gun mangle your finger? You've got your finger damaged. Oh no, right on the side. You're bleeding. Okay. Now you pull it back one more cock position, and it's ready to go. And when you do that, I'm going to step away now. It's cocked. I'm going to step away. Don't put your finger in there because it'll go, and we'll start the video. Let him know when you're going, Doc.
Going.
Okay.
You're right.
You're
We're
on.
ready.
Just a little afterthought. I tried to do this in slow motion.
That's a knack.